Good morning, friends. It's potato digging day, but first we got to get the rest of our day started. I love to crawl out of bed and leave the baby with Marius for them to snuggle for a bit longer, and I get to start my day hands free. Welcome to Venison for Dinner. We're a homeschooling, homesteading, work from home kind of family who loves to be outdoors and eat good food from scratch. Thanks for following along.
We have to milk in the morning.
Yep.
You have more granola.
Yeah, I made 3 trays of granola.
Thank you, Mom. Can I scoop these ones? This one out?
Okay. I love to try and see what I can get done while the tea is steeping. So I got the granola that I made last night. It was cooling down overnight. I got it put away, and now I have some laundry that needs to be switched over and some taken down off of the rack. So always lots of tiddly things to do, and it's nice to get a few of those done before I sit down with tea.
They have to be able to find it since Amos was trying to find it. Probably somewhere in the toys now. What are we doing for breakfast?
Granola and milk. Which would you like, granola and milk or oatmeal? Oatmeal. And of course there's no goat's milk in the fridge, so down to the basement fridge for some fresh goat's milk. Oh, it looks like I maybe need to make cheese too. Holy Dinah, look at that green line. We are in the process of drying off one cow. Mabel only gets milked for 1 more week and then she's dry for calving, and Jess is only a few weeks behind. But it's actually not quite a batch of cheese. It's less than it looks. Maybe tomorrow. I always try to use partial jars up for just like tea and coffee stuff so that I have full jars for cheese making.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call the pool later and see if they're...
The boys are milking this morning, but yesterday Mabel had some blood on her nose and we're pretty sure it's just a scratch, but I just want to check again just to make sure that it's not something more serious. But she looked totally fine. She didn't look like she was in any sort of respiratory distress. Her rumen was full. She'd been eating, and if they're not feeling well, they're not eating. I just splashed tea all over the place. So let's just take a peek at Mabel and see how she looks. Remember last winter how we kept the calves in the milking barn? Well, it made a mess. So we sold a heifer and bought some panels. And we're gonna make a calf pen with these panels so that the calves live separate. We're going to do the pen including this metal hut for the calves, and that'll be their house, and it'll be nice and cozy full of straw.
Oh, there could be a motorcycle. Or a helicopter.
Did Mabel have any more blood this morning?
Didn't notice.
No. She looked just fine. Just fine. Oh, now you're gonna get up? Look at that hen and chick up there.
Yeah.
So the bull went back to our friend's farm, and we have the heifers back. They have these nose paddles in. They don't hurt them. It just keeps them so they can't nurse, because we don't want them to nurse on Mabel. So they are half milking shorthorn.
Hey, go.
This one is quarter brown Swiss, quarter Jersey, and that one's half Jersey, half brown Swiss. So they're 11 months old now, and in maybe December, they're gonna get bred. But they look nice and shiny. They got licked. It looks like they're funny on their ribs, but it's just because the hair is different direction. I know, you're so friendly. Since I have my captive audience sitting at the table for breakfast, I might as well get some hair brushed. The curly hair sure gets a lot of knots in it, but this detangler helps a lot to make it go a bit smoother.
It's pretty. I didn't want plums.
Yeah, you put some strawberries in yours?
Yeah.
Looks delicious.
Looks great. That's a bunch.
I'm a bunch hungry.
Me also.
Okay, so we're doing schoolwork this morning, and then we're going to be digging potatoes, and I need to do office work, so I won't really be digging potatoes very much. But everybody in our family is just stoked to dig potatoes. We planted a bunch of new varieties, and we want to see what they look like. So a big way that I get dressed these days with nursing is wearing a nursing tank top, because it's a tank top that has the nursing bra clips. So you can very modestly nurse when you wear a shirt over top. It's comfortable, and then I can have my tank top tucked in as well. So it's one of those things that, like, when you didn't sleep well, sometimes it's like then you put zero effort into how you look, and sometimes when you don't sleep well, it's like we need to put some mascara on so we feel like we slept more than we did. Oh, newborn babies. I guess he's maybe not a newborn anymore, but he's still a tiny baby. Still very much a tiny baby. Now we feel a little more put together for the day. Let's go do some schoolwork.
Jacob, so excellent. Which one of these would be his? That's right.
What does that mean again, Mom?
No, that's, well, yeah, I guess that's.
I totally should have videoed this to show you, but I was just making this spice tea. It's a tea mix, like a winter spice tea mix that you simmer. You don't just steep a pot of tea. This is for a collaboration with Sif Ceramics for Christmas mugs we were doing. So I sent her a recipe, a small amount in tablespoons, and she's
good.
It tastes so good, doesn't it, Rowan? So she asked me, could I convert and expand the recipe to be enough to make 100 bags of tea. So the kids are doing math, and this is real life math. I took my tablespoon measurements and I made them into bigger ones, so like half cup and quarter cup. It does, doesn't it? And can you help the baby? I weighed it in grams, and then I figured out how much I was aiming to get, which is 9,500 grams, and divided it by what the 163 grams that my tea spice made. So I needed to times everything by 58 to get what I was doing. And then to make it simple, I rounded things to the nearest pound. Yes, Rowan, don't feed that to the baby. Rounded it to the nearest pound to make it simple to mix up. I love math. Math is so fun to me. So here it is. It's caffeine free, like it doesn't have a tea in it, but it has cacao nibs, which gives it a really nice rich flavor. Cardamom pods, ginger, cloves. This is busted up cinnamon sticks, peppercorns, coriander. Let's see, where's the coriander? Here's some coriander, those little balls. Anyhow, this makes a really lovely tea, and I can't wait to simmer it on the cook stove. It isn't fun to simmer on the propane stove, but when the cook stove is going, this sort of tea is extra fun. First variety is Nicola.
We're just starting plant two.
Which is, oh guys, you're stabbing potatoes.
I know, that's why we stopped using the forks.
Yeah.
We're stabbing a few. Stabbing a few.
Okay, so that's 2 plants? Okay.
This is, we're on the second. Rowan, can you we're gonna dig them and you put them in the
These are a yellow skin, yellow flesh.
Separate, right?
They're not going in the crates yet. They need to make sure they're dry out. And yes, I would like you to keep the plants kind of separate in a pile so that you can, we can see which is a better producer for saving seed. We're only saving seed from plants that produce a lot of potatoes this year. We're trying to improve genetics that way.
Both of these ones produced a good bunch.
Sweet. So there's, I think, only 7, Nicola?
Yeah, we're on number 2.
Yeah.
Mac, do you have Nicola over there?
No.
It's Nicola to 7, 4 all reds, the rest is Ziglindas.
Yeah. So we tried to like go, because we only have a few of some of the newer ones. So for like the Nicola, we only have 7. We only bought like a 1 kilo bag of it, and then
I'm glad you're meant to be on this side. No, other side.
my mom has just a couple of each one to try out. My father-in-law has a few of each one to try out. My mom just and stepdad only planted a few potatoes, and we planted more. So we just had to do them so like there's a yellow skin next to a red skin so that it's easy to tell which is which when you change. So this one's cracked, but the crack looks pretty healed, so it will still store really well. The plant?
Is the crack from being wet or dry?
Crack is from uneven watering, which is hard when you're relying on rain. First part of it.
Another one? Yeah, these plants are good.
Our soil is so soft you can dig potatoes with your hands.
Down there it isn't so easy, but here it is. Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
That
Freya,
one's
are you
got-
stepping on it?
Yo, we're all split.
But
up
like
until
no
these ones.
scabs.
These are beautiful. The first
where'd
3
the
plants had some splits.
Yeah.
There's the one that had 4 right there.
Yeah, just 4 little ones.
If there's any that are obviously used first frays, you can grab them, and I have a crate over at the other end.
Yeah, we're making potato chips as soon as we're done.
Those are nice splits. The first ones had some splits in them though.
Yeah, that's
Let's see,
uneven
that's it.
watering.
Okay.
They grow too fast for their skin.
Yeah.
Well, that.
So we're keeping the potato plants separate, the yield from each one, and this is so that we can identify high yielding plants and save seed only from a high yielding plant for the best seed genetics.
This one is not a good genetics. My 42.
That's definitely not good genetics.
This one is a nice.
In the weather we're having, our cabbages are still growing, so we're just leaving them. And these are storage cabbages too, so we want to leave them as long as possible. Some of them will become kraut, but then they'll also just be stored. We have 14 rows of potatoes. 1.5 probably rows have already been dug for fresh eating. But there's still plenty to do. We start digging once the plants start dying. Oh, I wonder what this one is. So these ones, see how they're exposed? That skin is going purple. That potato is still fine. You just have to peel the green off.
And then the reds, like,
Green beans got killed by frost, so they all got pulled out, so the plants got fed to the pigs. The top row is going to get tilled up, and we're going to plant garlic here. Probably, I think it's going to be a 4-foot wide, 60-foot long row. We're going to plant a pile of garlic. Okay, so here is our potato list. So barn end, which means this end. There's approximately 28 potatoes per row, starting at the top of the barn end. So 7 Nicola, 4 all red. These are red skin, red flesh. So if we like these, we have to keep most for seed. We won't have many. Then the rest of that row is Siglinda. 10 blue max, which I'm excited to try. They're blue skin, white flesh. 8 Rocco. Roccos are red skin, white flesh. The rest is Siglinda. So Siglinda, butter reds, and French are all ones we had seed of. Then Viking, which is a red skin, white flesh. Gold Rush, which is like a russet, brown skin, white flesh. Kariba. We had Kariba. Marius' family grew Kariba for a lot of years, and the seed was just not really good anymore. It didn't produce well, so we bought new seed, and we are being more careful on how we keep seed. Like, it had been in his family for 5 decades, so we're changing up how we do that. His dad also got new Kariba seed. Siglinda, butter reds, French, and then a mix of French and butter reds. And then I have made some notes. The blue mat Kariba and red, all reds bloomed first. This is July 28th. And then row 14 was struggling. We ended up just digging that for new potatoes. Gold Rush, Viking, Siglinda, French, not flowering yet. So there we go. Can I see? Yeah, this is... So size is partly just... like there's nature versus nurture. Nature being the genetics, nurture being how you grew it.
that one's got
So,
good genetics.
like that one has good genetics. That it was nurtured well, but nature grew it. You know, it had good genetics.
Yeah.
Whereas those giant ones are kind of just nurture, not nature.
Yeah.
Well, we nurtured them pretty
Still
good.
some nice stuff.
To note, that's an airsoft gun.
Yeah,
if you
it's an
see that in the
airsoft gun.
background, that is not. He's not packing a handgun.
This
is my brother-in-law here. Woohoo!
Where is you guys?
Right, well, you guys all need to...
Everybody's just excited. They'll be excited
Keep
for
them
the
on the
first
side,
row,
man.
and then they'll
I
be
know.
bored.
Well, they can be excited for the next round if you have more room.
Just trying to keep the plants separate.
Where is your guys' giant?
Right here.
I am showing these.
Size of this potato plant. That is epic.
You're hiding that.
Yeah, like all off of like this little stem here.
And see, that one does have scab. A tiny bit.
The one before it's scab, too.
No, it's fine.
Potatoes.
I can't believe that. Hey, Hamish, take a look at that sucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay.
Just air soft. Yeah. It's nothing bad.
Sure, if you don't work hard.
So there's 4 red potato plants in there, and they're both almost at them, and they're racing to see who gets the red skins first.
Walk with God, not run with them.
You can see some of them.
Plants are red.
We know. Yeah, but look how far we've come compared to you.
I just pulled another.
So good,
Ooh, potato. Oh, I have so much.
Oh, we got a red one first.
Because you just grabbed. That's
We got one
cheating.
more plant here.
Yeah.
They're pretty though.
Cheater, pumpkin eater. Oh, your speaker. That's a beauty.
Pretty good.
Keep going back.
We got way more big ones than you guys. Our next plant is the red. We got reds.
I dug a red first.
You cheated. Wow, look at this.
That's a big one.
Holy crap.
These are some nice
But it's pretty split.
Yeah, these are all split.
They're pretty warbly funky.
There's piles of them. Holy cow!
Okay, don't step on the potatoes, please.
Look at dog trying.
Nice.
Oh, look at this
Put it down
big
in the
one.
pile.
Nice. We saw the biggest potato.
Hey, Uncle Ben, look. It looks like a mushroom. We gotta get to that big one.
And they're, I want to show with a tiny one here. They're, anybody got a knife on them?
I have a knife.
I have a knife.
I have a knife.
Who doesn't have a knife on them? Cut a tiny potato in half.
Hey, I got it.
I got it.
We all have a knife.
I have a gun.
I have a knife.
All right, ready for the big reveal?
Oh, look at that. Purple inside.
Open up.
No, with just one tiny one to see.
Oh, I can't wait to
Did
make
you see
potato
the
chips.
inside of that, Freya?
I can't wait to make potato chips out of these. Fork some.
Don't fork some. There's a split one over here. But they do have scab, which might be just where they are in the garden. Well, that one didn't have scab. Scab is not an issue for eating.
Is this the only all red?
These are the blue max, which we can't wait to see. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you guys got to get rid of your plants.
It's only fitting if I dig them.
Yes, sure. Pull the first one. Blue max.
Wow, these plants are so green. I feel like maybe they should be left longer.
Woo! You know what? They kind of look like the same color as a French.
Move, please.
Okay.
I wonder what they look like on the inside.
They're white skin.
Mac potatoes.
So the scab, what I was trying to say earlier, can be because of the acidity in the soil.
They look like Karibas almost. They're purple. Kind of funky. They're like they're shaped like a Kariba but funky like a French.
One's like a base or base.
I feel like these ones should have been left longer.
Yeah, I think let's not dig. Well, no, some of the plants are dying.
Yeah, lots of them are.
The rest are dying.
So.
We'll just dig them. So I think it's actually too neutral of soil that makes scab, not too acidic. Anyhow, this is Rocco. I wanted to see what they look like.
Sometimes we switch in a day.
This one's...
They're more attached to the plant.
They,
know that's because they're not dead yet.
I don't know if that's what that is.
They're still growing.
I'm just cheating here. So I dug a Rocco. Now I wanted to see what Viking and Gold Rush look like.
Look, to get this done today.
So this is Viking here.
Viking? Have we ever done Viking before?
No, Viking's a new one for us. Oh, that was anticlimactic. It's also a red skin, white flesh.
Oh my hands. It'll get warmer in the day.
Viking's a nice potato.
Yeah, that's like a nice one.
I wonder how many it's...
Viking gold.
No.
Yeah,
There's not many though.
Yep. There's like decent amount of Lumax, but not a bunch.
Oh, I think that's pretty good per plant.
Yeah, pretty good. And this is only our first. Those dinghies. Now, whatchamacallit? That's the first plant.
Oh, Nicholas?
Yeah, Nicholas. The first plant.
Okay, and then this is Gold Rush. Oh, Gold Rush is nice. Do not stab potatoes on purpose, children.
You wouldn't stab them on purpose.
Gold Rush.
We had a really good potato. Wait, you want potato chips that are stabbed ones?
We
no.
can, yeah.
Usually, because they're the ones that are stabbed need to be used first. So, hopefully, like, instead of making tacos, we make potato chips. How long do they take? Like, I'd say to make like a big bowl of them. Like, much as a bowl of
It takes a while to make French fries. It's not fast, but it's fun.
They come out in like little batches. I think it's a bigger pot.
Yes and no. Okay, that looks like all for that one. but they are nice looking potatoes. I sure hope the Viking do better than those ones because those are really nice.
Should I pull this one? Ooh, I'm thinking big crack.
Okay, so Gold Rush goes down that one, and then Kariba again. Here, let me confirm that. We are on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 5, yes, Kariba. So I want to see how these new Karibas look.
No, but it was just a lot.
Oh, there's lots, but they didn't come up with it. Oh, they're bad for scab.
We are using hands. It's not that cold.
The dry dirt's not cold. Those are rocks.
We're over here is fairly dry.
And now back to my desk with some electrolytes to edit this video and work on some other computer work before I need to make lunch. The baby is sleeping in a wrap on Marius, so it's go time for mama. Have a lovely day, friends.